Hi there, Ashan here. Today I'm make a tutorial per your request for the patch color tracking with jit.lcd, and I was using a jit.release object for making some sounds with it. So let's get into it. Okay, first of all, we're gonna need a jit.grab object. In this case, we can use a jit.qt.grab. It's gonna work a bit better in this instance, and we're gonna need to give it a dimension or resolution, something like 1280 by 720. Okay, jit.grab object is the object that allows us to receive information from our webcam. So in order to do that, we're gonna need the open message. That by sending the open message to jit.grab object, we tell it to start collecting data from our webcam or camera, whichever is connected to our computer. Then we're gonna have a metro here, so that we can review the image consecutively, and we can view the image through jit.p window, and we can set a size attribute for it. Something like 100 by 100 would be okay for now. Okay, so now I click on open and toggle on. Okay, here I am. Okay, I'm inverted right now, so we can do something about that with jit.dimmap. And the attribute invert 2, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Okay, not inverted anymore, where I should be. Okay, so with the metro's interval, we can change how the image is shown. Right now it's banging every 20 milliseconds, so it's pretty fast, and it's kind of pretty smooth. As I crank it up, I can see that it acts like a glitchy thing or a very bad internet connection here. It's now banging every 761 milliseconds. So for this instance, the 20 is gonna do pretty well for now. Okay, so we're gonna do our color tracking with the LCD object. For those of you who don't know what LCD is this beautiful white canvas. You can read much more about it in its help, but for now, just introducing it. When the patch is locked, if I drag my click and drag my mouse, I can write on it, I can draw on it, and I can send the message clear, so it clears our canvas, may I say. Okay. For this instance, we're gonna use the message frame rect, and we're gonna give it 4 values for each side of our rectangle, and it's gonna draw us a rectangle here. So I can give it the same message, but with dollar signs. And I can give it a pack object with 4 integers. You can write I instead of the zeros, doesn't really matter. And I'm pressing I for creating these integers. And okay, so now you see that it's drawing more rectangles, but there is a downside to this, that it's drawing all the rectangles on each other, so it's making a mess. So we don't want that. In order to stop this, we can send the message clear first, and then you can see that our rectangle is now clean and not messy anymore. So I'm gonna put this over here for now. We don't I can clear it, we don't need this right now. Okay, we're gonna do this by feeding matrix into the LCD object with jit.lcd. It needs our plane count, which is 4, and the type, which in this case we have to put char, because jit.lcd doesn't understand full 32. And then our dimension can be the same as what the grab is taking. So you can see it's outputting a matrix as we want. And then I can send this to jit.lcd. Okay. I can send a clear message to it from right here if I wanted to. So how we're gonna do this? We're gonna do this by sending if you see the video, I'm doing the color tracking by clicking on my image and what's in my hand. I'm doing it and clicking on the object. It tracks that color, and as you can see here, that is not really possible here with the jit.p window object. So there's a little hidden trick to it with the object Saka. Yeah, it's something like this, which outputs values, and I'm gonna use the swatch object. So if I put this on my image like this, and I lock the patch, you can see that the socket disappears automatically, and wherever I click on right now, it's now changing the color here. So the reason it turned a little gray is that it's not picking up high saturated pixels, so that's why. Okay, so we have this, and let's build our patch from here. Okay, so we're gonna need a V expression object. For those of you who don't know what this is an object that does C language mathematical operations in C language style, but the difference is that this object does it with lists rather than single values. So, for example, I can say $integer1 plus $integer2, and I can send something like 10 or 20 to the right inlet, which is cold, and something like 1 and 2 to the left inlet, which is hot, and I can see that it does the math operation on the list. You can see there's so many more things you can do with this, and in its help you can see there's a scale mode. If you, here there's a scale mode. If you turn it on, you can do the operation on one single value only on one of the inlets, and so many more. Okay, so for this instance, I'm gonna use an object called jit.findBounds. What this does is that, as it says, it locates bounding dimensions for a value range. So I give it a value range and it finds the bounds. So in order to do that, I'm gonna use an unpack message for these two something like this. I'm gonna feed the unpacks into my frame rect message. So okay, so now let's see what's going into our jit.findBounds, how we are going to find our bounds that it's gonna draw here. Okay, for that I'm gonna need a V expression object with $. We're gonna need floats here, so float 1 minus 0.1, and another one, but this time plus 0.1. And then I'm gonna say prepend min for minimum and prepend max for maximum, so that this now understands that our minimum and maximum of our bounds, where to find them. Okay. Okay. So now I can. This is for our color tracking, so I can just tidy it up and encapsulate it. Right, something like color. So what's going into the V expressions? I'm gonna need inlets 1, 2, and 3. So, and 3 is going right directly to our jit.find bounds. Okay, so let's see what goes where. Okay, so for 2 inlets, we're gonna send 2 outlets from our Saka object, and the third, for our third, we're gonna send our dim map or grab. It doesn't really matter that much because it's the same matrix. I'm gonna just give it the dim map one. So now our dim map, and or even I can give it from my jit.p window. So okay, I'm gonna place this over my picture. I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Okay, something like this. Something like this. Okay. Okay, so now we have our color sub patch, which does all the work, and our jit.lcd. So right now, if I let me find something colorful here. Okay, so I've got this. I can click on it and it should we're using LCD here. We don't really need LCD per se. We need our jit.p window here and a bang that goes in it. So yeah, I can try again. And here you can see very fast rectangles. This one, you can see it's here. If I move on here, you can see it's tracking me, or it's tracking this one. It depends on your camera and the resolution and so many things, how well it does the tracking. So we've got the tracking here right now. This part's over. Now we're gonna do our jitter release thing. So in order to get some, we don't really need this so big, it's just to see that it's doing its job as it's the swatch. Okay, so jit.release is a Jitter object, but as you can see it has a tilde in front of it, so we know that it's going to output signal. So if I take this, you can see the output is signal. We can have two attributes for our jit.release. One is mode 1 and 2, and the other one is our latency. You can experiment with these two and see what works best for each case we are working on. But for now, I'm gonna, and jit.release takes a matrix, so I'm gonna fit my P window in it, and okay, I can like something like this. Okay, so I have my jit.release here, and my now my whole picture is going into it, but I don't want that. I want something that is changing with the color tracking thing. So I feed the LCD P window into jit.release. So, and we can do some things. Let's see about its attributes. Okay, sorry, the modes are 0 and 1, not 1 and 2. Just to see what it does, I'm gonna do a live gain, and I'm gonna use a DAC tilde, and let's see. Okay, it's trying, it started to do. Okay, so we can turn this into something fun, like well, we can say prepend mode and prepend latency. Attach this, and okay, so for latency, I can it's just what I'm repeating what I did in my patch. So I put a 6 and 20, and for mode we know that there's only 1 and 2, sorry, 0 and 1. So how we can use this is pretty up to you. You can even put a counter for the latency. just doing what I did. So we need something like a cell 0 and 1. I fit the 0 into 6 and 1 into 20 for this one, and I'm gonna use the object decide, so it outputs 0 and 1 with each bank that it receives. So this is for our latency, and for our mode I can just put decide itself, because we can see here it just outputs 0 and 1. There's no cell needed anymore. I can give the bank to the two of these. Okay, so right now and then I can give it a scope and make it automatic like this. You can see it's constantly turning matrices into signals. Okay, then I can give it a Pong object so it doesn't really clip. From -1 to 1, and I just like the mode 2. So you can see it's something like this, and even give it a tilde, and we can fit this one right. Even let's multiply it by 0.5 and then fit it into our deck. Okay. So the tracking, let's put the tracking on my headphone. So okay, as you can see, I'm doing this. Let's do it with live gain. So I can do many things. We can do so many creative things for this bank, but for now let's just give it a metro, like every second. Okay. So as you can see, it's a very fun thing to do. We can also come here, copy all this, and this time put our let's move everything here. Okay, this time we can feed our jit.release with the dim map or our original data. So okay, we can do a REMI channels 2, and we can give it the attributes look ahead for like 6 milliseconds, and threshold something like -1. We can fit this into our deck, and we can furthermore build a gen tilde, and in our gen tilde we're gonna set DC blocks for each of our channels. And believe me when I say we're gonna need a DC block when we're using jit.release. So sorry, this out 2. This is our DC block. We can also use the integrated attribute assign DC block here. I don't know if it's been there or it's been added recently, but I'm just comfortable with the gen route. So I do this. Now I can do something like this and do something like this. So okay, and we can feed the same metro in this one. Okay, as you can see, it's outputting some very interesting sounds and some strange even. We can do this a little different than the other one. So we can put on a counter and like 20, so it counts 20, and we can output this, so it goes from 1 to 20, and okay, so it differs a bit from this other one. We can even add a jit.opera up with the up attribute, something like multiply, and value of like 0.8. We can put it here. We can put this one here. And I can do something else. I can, let's see. We can do a very simple jit.gen here. So it's now adding the two. So if I do this, it's gonna output the adding. I can do something like add a divide. Maybe it's gonna be chaotic. Divide this by our first input. So yeah, we can do something like this. Maybe even let's turn this into, yeah, okay. So now we have this, and we can change our ops, our operations. You can feel free to experiment with all of these operations. Absolute, average, I'm moving my head because it's tracking my forehead, so don't think I'm crazy or something on this instance. Yeah, can have like something like this. Let's turn this back into the white. And another one for or my phone. I can do it on my phone. So that's the whole idea. Let's just add a reverb here. It's gonna be, yeah, that's really, for our decay, we can, for size, we can choose something, where's the size? Here. We can use this for our size, this 6 or 20. And for decay time, let's see what feels better. Something like this, yeah. So if I turn this back into multiply, yeah. Okay, this is my phone. Okay. Okay, so that's it, guys. We've done so much or so little, I don't know which one, but it's just amazing what we can achieve by turning matrices into sound, into DSP signals, or vice versa. So yeah, that was the whole color tracking jit.release patch. As I have said before, I think you can find a patch on my Patreon and support me there, or you can just follow this video and do as I do here. And yeah, so that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed. Tell me if you had any questions or any more requests on any of my patches. So yeah.